What is going on? Oh, hey guys. Hey guys. What is happening? There you go. Thanks for waiting. What is going on? How are you guys? What is cracking? I was wrangling gremlins. What is cracking? What's poppin'? Gretchen? Hey, you're. Okay, walk. Be careful driving, please. What is poppin', everybody? Thank you for coming through. We're gonna do a part 2 of our conversation from last week and just talk tech talk. Tech Talk Tuesdays. Tech Troublemaker. What is cracking? I'll try not to fade the gremlins. I got a little gremlin back over here. I was gonna say, what happened? I know you guys how much you love the little gremlins. Oh, that's this one here. Hey guys, that's the wrong one. There you go. Oh, look at the little gremlin. Yurt, you sure? Yurt. Cole, what you looking at? I don't know what she's looking at. Now she's looking at me. What is cracking, fam? I feel like so much has happened in the last week, but we will talk. We will talk. I got my Epidemic sound up. Thanks to Paul. Got a free 60-day trial. Paul, throw your link up in there. If you're not yet using Epidemic sound and want a free trial, show Mr. Moderator some love. I used his link. And this is the app. And I downloaded the app on my M1 computer. This is instrumental. This one's all right. All right. Keeping an eye on things. It's pretty good. I was fighting. I was resisting, honestly. I was resisting. And then finally I was like, all right, fine, I guess. Let's see. Sammy Superstar, what is cracking? I did not, Sammy. I did not have Epidemic sound. I was using the Stream Deck. I was using Stream Deck music, which I still will use, but, you know. Talk a little bit about that. What is cracking, fam? How are you doing? Oh, Cole left. She got pissed off. Let's take advantage of this Rodecaster Pro. I say it every time. And even for just those simple, small things, that is why I love the Rodecaster Pro, because I can leave the music on. And I did post a short today. If you have not watched the shorts, I guess I can demonstrate it while we are on live. But having so many different fader inputs and so many different options and having a secondary USB-C on the Rodecaster Pro really just opens up a lot of possibilities. And so when I was supposed to be working today, I don't know what made me think about it. I'm trying to think. I honestly don't know what made me think about it. But I was like, oh, the Rodecaster Pro has a secondary USB-C, which you can connect to any computer. And they do say that you can connect your iPad or your iPhone with the SC7 cable, I think, to it. So I was like, well, let me try the iPad Pro. No fancy cable. I just, like all of us, we all just have extra cables. I don't even know where it is now. Let's see. Let's do this over here. This one. So no fancy cables. This is just a regular cable. And all I did was, what did I do? Oh, I put the cables upstairs. Oh, I know what I can do. Just USB-C to USB-C cable. iPad Pro, Rodecaster Pro. So what we are going to do is check this out. Let's do this really quick. All right, it doesn't have to be perfect. So this, where I'm pointing to over here, that's the one that goes directly to, so this is the power cable, USB-C power cable. This is to my primary, number one. This one that I am going to disconnect is a secondary, and I couldn't find it under my rat's nest, so we're gonna put that aside for now. And so check this out. So let's take a look, right? So you guys are seeing my levels over here. That's my main microphone. Koa's barking at something upstairs. Usually for Ecamm, so what I use is Ecamm Chat. That's this one right over here. And then the music is coming from my computer through Epidemic sounds. I have the fader down a little bit. So if I bring, actually, so you can see the fader as I bring the fader down, right? The volume goes down, and then as I bring the fader up, volume goes up of the music. We're gonna lower that a little bit. Now check this out. So I got my iPad Pro. So we are going to just unwrap this USB cable. And what I'm going to do is just put that in the secondary port. Back over here. All right, cool. So now the red cable is on my secondary port. Let me unlock my iPhone, my iPad. Let's open up Spotify. All right, so take the same cable. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off. So now you can't hear any music. Epidemic sound is off. And how can I, oh my God, there's the crazy dog. How can I do this? Can I do this way? Kind of. Koa, get out of here. All right, cool. So now you can see there's no other levels over here. And if this did work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the fader down because this is for my USB number 2. You guys can't see that, but that's USB number 2. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start this, hit play. And you're seeing it now over here. And you can see as I bring the volume down, now there's nothing playing, but over here it is playing. So if we take a look at that, it is playing. And so as I bring the fader volume up, you can hear the volume going up, right? So what that means in theory is that technically I can use my iPad or an iPhone or something secondary just to bring in another audio source, right? And just to show you, see, we're changing the music, that it is real time. Come over here. Let me see, what do I want? I'm just looking at all of these trap beats. Let's see what trap beats sounds like. There's a girl who's working out. Oh, you guys can't see that, but it's called the trap beats. And okay, so these are trap beats, and I can bring the volume up, or I can bring the volume down. So what's really cool about that is that I can have my iPad or my iPhone or whatever it is independently playing music, right? So I can have my iPad just independently playing music. I can create a playlist and have that totally separate from my computer, and then just control the volume if I wanted to. Like, so now you can do it one of two ways, obviously. So now the fader is all the way down, and I can slowly bring the music back up and just have it as background music. So I can play this whole playlist. On this particular playlist, it's 16 hours worth of music if I want this playlist to just play all throughout. And just kind of leave my iPad, not worry about it, continue to stream. And also, if I wanted to just mute it, now you can see on the screen, the red button came up. And so I immediately muted it. If I want the music to come back up, I'm going to unmute, and now we're good to go, right? So I can have the music in the background. I wouldn't obviously have it that loud. Let's see. So I'd probably have the music kind of here, playing in the background as I have a conversation with you guys, and let the iPad and the Rodecaster Pro, because honestly, I do have both USB-C 1 and 2 connected to my main computer. And there are different ways that you can use that. You can set that up. But it's not all the time that I'm using the secondary USB-C. So that's one of the ways where I'm like, well, it's an open port. And instead of trying to worry about my Ecamm sound, because now here's the thing, check this out. I don't know if you hear the dogs yelling. I'm probably gonna have to run upstairs and yell at Koa. Yep, exactly. Like Paul said, you can bring in your iPad via Bluetooth as well. And so over here, this is my Bluetooth, so I can bring in my iPad via Bluetooth. Okay. Is she going to run down the stairs? We'll see if she runs down the stairs. So you can bring in the iPad via Bluetooth. I can have the music playing in the background with my iPad. So that's what I was saying. So now my USB-C, which is my regular USB number 1, which is this one right over here, right, is open. I have sound effects on my computer. I have other audio and things like that. And so if we take a look, right, check this out. Maybe screen share. Okay, so you're seeing my whole screen. There's a lot of information. I keep yelling at Koa. So my sound effects are over here. I just turned on Pro Mouse. There you go. I just turned on Pro Mouse. So now you can see a little bit bigger, right? So these are all the sound effects that I've loaded. So now what I want to do is check this out. I am going to, we're going to have different music, but so now there's music playing from Ecamm. Oh, what happened here? Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go put Koa in the crate, and I'm going to stop the music. We're going to leave Epidemic sounds playing. Give me 1 second, because she's going to get it. I'm going to give it to her. I'll be right back. Okay, here. I'm like, where was I? What scene was I in? So what I was trying to show you guys is that if I were to play music from within Ecamm, then that's going to show up, right? So just take a note of my cursor. So I'm going to play this song. And what I'm going to do is we're gonna come back over here. So you can see that there are levels playing. That's the Ecamm music. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, so now this is the Ecamm music here. I'm bringing up, that's this one. Hold on. And I think my TV turned on because Ko was being a tiny terror. There you go. So I brought the music up. So there is the Ecamm music, which is under my chat. So that's another source. And it's gonna get noisy. It's gonna get noisy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause that real quick. And so, can you guys hear the TV? Because I guess when Koa was running around, she stepped on the remote and now the TV upstairs is on. So you saw that the chat, right? And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in music from Stream Beats. So if we do another screen share, nope, I don't wanna do another camera. I wanna do a screen share. And I'm just gonna change this to tall. And I just wanna show you guys Epidemic sound. Make this a little bit bigger, bring this right over here. So now this is Epidemic sound. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this song. So now that's playing on Epidemic sound and that's on the third row, right? So you can see here, which is this fader here. So that's what I mean about being able to control different sources, right? So, and the music on the iPad is still playing. So that's the fader that I'm bringing up here. So I have my music from my computer, which is Epidemic sound, playing on the third row. The music from the iPad playing on the fourth row, which is my USB number 2. And then if I did want to play music on Ecamm, now that's all 3. So now I have 3 different music sources, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the faders all down. And so now I have 3 different audio sources playing. And if I wanted you guys only to hear the music that I'm playing out of Ecamm, that's my second fader. I'm going to bring my second fader back up. And now there you have that. And let's say I just wanted to slowly transition. So then I'm going to fade that down and then fade the other music back up. And this is my Epidemic sounds, what you guys, on my iPad. So the one that I just brought up is on the iPad. And then the same thing, if I wanted you to hear the Stream Beats playlist that I have up on the screen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this fader down and then bring my computer back up. And so now you can see, right, as I bring that one down, now this is the Stream Beats that's playing on the screen above my head. So, and now nothing. I put everything volume down. So yeah, that I don't think you guys, I can explain enough how much I truly love that about the Rodecaster Pro 2 and being able to do that in different sources, because what that means is that then you're not fussing with, let me bring up number 2. Where's this? You're not fussing with audio levels and things like that. It's so much easier to be able to look and have a visual of, okay, this is a pretty good volume, and just to immediately either lower the volume down, or if you just want to slowly bring it up, or like I said, just mute really quick and stop playing the music, and just have that granular control. Let me come over here. Let me close all of this good stuff. And let me pause that there. Okay. What is going on, you guys? What is going on? Just put this down here. Let me get I just made a mess of my desk. All right, and you know, I did not download the Epidemic Sound app on my iPad. I probably should, right? Is that an iPhone only app? Do you guys know? I guess we'll find out. I'll find out right now. Epidemic Sound, perhaps? Epidemic sound. Where's the App Store? Search the App Store. It is only... Ooh, that sucks. It's only an iPhone app. I mean, I'm going to download it on the iPad for now. But that sucks. I hate when they don't make universal apps for the iPad and the iPhone. Like, why wouldn't you make it? I need to put in a complaint. All right, Paul. Thank you. Paul is telling me to lower the goddamn music. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate you. So what's playing is Epidemic sound on Spotify, because they do have a playlist on Spotify. So check this out. So what I can do is I'm going to bring in my iPad via NDI. Let's start broadcasting. What's happening here? Okay. Sometimes. All right. And let's go back. I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a camera share. And I'm going to make this a classic. And we're going to the iPad Pro. This is the iPad Pro. And we're going to log in. All right. Log in. And there you go. And if I click on the favorites, I do have a playlist called Stream Beats, and I can just play what I've saved so far on there. All right, cool. And now the playlist is playing on my iPad. I have it controlled on my Rodecaster Pro. I can leave that alone. I can have it on screen if I want. There you go. And if I wanted to show you, this is just a little bit bigger, and it's actually really cool. If I wanted to do this, kind of like a little floating widget. If you guys wanted to see what I was playing, I did that the other day on Sunday. So all I did was I just cropped in. I could have it maybe right over here in the corner. And then I can just click on what's playing. If I wanted to crop it in just a little bit more. So that it looks like a player. All right, let me see. Can I crop this? Nope. All right. And then, oh, I created a secondary one. Don't do that. Cool. And now I got a little mini player in the background. How cool is that? That's actually pretty cool. So if anybody wanted to know what music was playing. All right. Note to India, we are not doing a 16-hour stream today. We are not doing a 16-hour stream today. No. Let me, wait, I still got music playing on eCam. Let me, all right, so that's good. All right, and now let me bring, because then you won't, all my faders were down. Okay. Hey, Angie. I saw Angie pop in at some point. Let me come in and check in on you guys. That is Mr. Moderator's link for the... There you go. For Epidemic Sounds right over here. I used his link, signed up his affiliate link, and I got a 60-day free trial. Thanks, Paul. I caved. I was using Stream Deck music, which I love. I do love the Stream Deck music. I think that it's great. They have a handful of different songs and genres and stuff like that. But I figured, let me see what all the fuss is about. I do enjoy having a dedicated app. And there's a handful of other things. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Paul is just communicating with me. How's that? He's just telling me about the music and want to make sure that I don't make it too distracting, but that it's also not too low or too loud. Guys, did you just see that the Oh, I know why. I'm like, why did that do that? Because I have it on the iPad, and so the little mini player went off. Thanks, Paul. The little mini player went off. Ah, got it. Okay. So what I would need to do then, at that point, there you go. Okay. Is I would need to make sure that the settings on my iPad, the display, never turn off. So display, auto lock, unlock, never. Okay. All right, cool. And that should work. So there you go. Temperature is 93 degrees outside. Yes, it's been a heat wave out here on the East Coast, specifically in Philadelphia. It was like 100 degrees every day on the weekend. It's crazy. Tech Troublemaker says, genius to download the Epidemic sound app to my M1. I never thought of that. You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure. Let me see. Yeah, I know. Paul was bragging about it being 70 degrees and he went for a walk, and I was like, good for you. Hardy, hard. It's humid and nasty as hell out here. Gosh. There you go. Hey, girl. Hey. You are very welcome. No problem. K-Walk, what is cracking? How are you doing today? Let me see. So, one of the things I was looking when I touch my Rodecaster Pro, it moves my whole camera. I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know how I feel about how I have my teleprompter mounted. I'm not really happy about it. And that might be the next thing that I switch up. But anyway. All right, I'm just catching up. Why not? K-Walk says, I'm up for this 16-hour stream. You guys are bad. Alder heard Koa and his ears perked up. Well, Koa is now in the crate, so... Yes. For those of you guys that didn't know, Gretchen made her 250th stream yesterday. I popped by to show her some support, although I was already in bed. So... But I did want to make sure it was very important for me to stop by and show her some love. Very cool. And she did something really cool. I always appreciate those types of streams. She showed like her very first live stream ever and the progression, and she was so embarrassed, but it's so cool, right, to see where you've come from and the progress that you've made. So that was a really cool stream. Let me see. This is still Epidemic sounds. Now this is just from the app directly. Obs. Doom, 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 doom. You're welcome. At least it's not humid. Yeah, it's been humid in Philadelphia. All right. So here's the thing. And I did put a poll up. I don't know. And Paul, I guess you can put your poll up in or my poll up and you guys can vote. Let me see. I'm just keeping an eye out on my text messages because Paul has been so great to make sure that we are good there. I'm thinking about starting, in a community where we can communicate a little bit more directly. We can, do things like with not just Stream Deck related, but just in general about asking questions, having some more, you guys know what a community is, right? So just another place to come in and talk. Definitely, I think it'll be cool with the Stream Deck itself to talk about, to like having a thread of show off your Stream Deck plugins, show off your Stream Deck layout and to bounce ideas off of each other. And just to continue on with things like that. It is something that I have been actively contemplating since the beginning of the year. I didn't talk about it because I did want to make sure that I was consistent with my live streaming, that I was really, truly back at it, and I was showing up consistently for a good amount of time. And so now here we are 7 months later. I did a 100 days, right? I successfully completed the 100 days of live streaming challenge. Now we do the twice a week show. And I do have other things in the mix. I'm actually in the process of hiring Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, as a video editor for me. That's something we've spoken about. we've been talking about for a month and a half, honestly. And I feel like for me, it's twofold with that, but I do feel like for me, just bringing Lewis on to the team and hiring him as my editor will make my workflow much easier, because I do have a full-time job. And so it is, right? You guys know content creation is a job, whether part-time or full-time. Content creation is a job. And so you can see I have the live streams down packed, and I try to give you guys really value added, packed information. And my biggest opportunities is for recorded videos. And I do get growth from my pre-recorded videos. My Rode Wireless Go video that I did earlier this year is still bringing me subscribers, knock on wood. But then my channel is kind of stagnant. And so one of the things that I know my big opportunity is to do pre-recorded videos and to do those how-tos outside of the live streams. And I know that I can edit it on my own. There's still a lot for me to learn, but I do know enough that I can put a video up. But I'm like, if I just take what I have and I sit down and I record and I bring somebody on like Lewis, and I have him come on and help me out, or not help me out, but, make him a part of the team where he's doing the video editing, I can get a lot more done, because it's literally just, I can sit down and I can do a video in an hour and a half and just, show whatever it is I'm going to show and talk about whatever I'm going to talk about. But then it becomes a challenge to then do the next steps. And that's kind of what's absolutely been holding me back. And there's a lot of stuff. It's, for me, I want to make it perfect, like just stuff that we won't talk about today. But I have decided to make that decision. So that's something that I'm going to be doing very soon. And then in the interim is, like I said, the community. So I did do the poll on my community tab because I wanted to get your feedback. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not sold on Discord. I use it because that's where Ecamm is. That's where Doc's community is. Live Streaming Pro has their own server. Alec from Take One Tech has his own server. So there are a lot of people, and it's all about supporting as a fellow community member. So I use it because a lot of our community is there. However, I'm not in love with it. I'll be honest with you. I have fallen in love with, and this was before in our world, in our content creation world, Discord really started, being, I guess, talked about. Tom Buck and Heather Ramirez, his wife, Heather, they have their own community, and it's on Mighty Networks. And I joined their community before like the Let's Get Live Discord really started popping off and things like that. And I fell in love with it. And I am going to show you guys, we are going to do a screen share of that. I fell in love with it. For those of you guys that don't know, Diana has her Video Simplified community, and Diana uses Mighty Networks. I'm also a part of that. So from my perspective, right, and what I aspire to be as a content creator, and you guys who are here tonight that I've seen, right, have all given me compliments about how I simplify something that can be really confusing. So simplifying things that seem like they're so huge is really important to me. And that is one of my goals as a content creator, or even as an instructor, because that's what I do from the banking perspective when I teach the first-time home buyers seminars. Taking something that seems so inundating and seems so daunting and just talking to you and breaking it down, like for you to understand it, right? So that's where I guess like where I'm having that hard time connecting, because it has its pros. I'm not saying that it doesn't. It has its pros. However, but from me, from a pretend the pool says site. Wait, what? Okay. As Paul, I know Paul will explain that to me, but I'm having a hard time, I guess, buying in. Let me bring out my management words, my management language. I'm having a hard time buying into Discord because it's, for me, as nerdy as I am and as geeky as I am, I had a hard time. I feel like there is a learning curve to it. And so for me as a content creator, if my objective is to simplify things for you, it doesn't resonate with my heart to point you to a community that I don't feel is user friendly, and has a learning curve to it. I feel like I'd be doing my community a disservice that way. I see that OBS is like Mighty Networks. Yes. Nano, did you change your thumbnail? Tech for your needs. I know that's Nano. It's so weird when you see things and you know someone from their thumbnail and then somebody like Nano goes and changes his thumbnail. Don't do that to me. Anyway, so I did want to ask, and I don't know if Paul put because I'm not watching on YouTube itself. I don't have YouTube Studio up, so I don't know if Paul put the poll up now on the live stream, but it is on my community tab because I wanted to. That's your mascot. Well, he is very cute. What does it say? That it's a guy. I can't really see it. And Gretchen says, "Amen to all that you are discussing." And like, listen, no shade. Thank you so much, Paul. No shade. I'm not trying to bash Discord. I'm talking to you as my community. The guys who show up on my live streams and the people aside from you guys, the new members of my community, the people who have discovered me rather, and who have given me the feedback on my channel of thank you for making it so simple, right? That is like, if it were anything in terms of a mantra for what were to be a representation of my channel and what I aspire to do as a content creator is, like I said, to make things simple. And Paul and I have discussed this. We've also been discussing this for probably about 2 months now, honestly. We discussed it again. We discuss it a few times a week, but we definitely did discuss it yesterday a little bit more in detail because, you know, I've been mulling it over and I feel like it is time to do something a little bit more deeper with a community, more than what I get to interact with you guys in terms of the live streams and the comments and things like that. So I put the poll up because I do think that it's important. So this is where I guess my hesitation is coming from. It is important to get the feedback from the community. It is important to understand the path of least resistance. And so this is where my struggle is. My struggle is, do I jump on the bandwagon because other people are already using Discord and other people, you know, you have the app on your phone. You know, Todd Christmas Clatter, he gave me comment. He replied in the poll and that's what he said. If I use Mighty Networks, it's another poll, another app for people to go to. Well, that's not user friendly. That's not necessarily, you know, a great experience, right? So do I just jump on the bandwagon and do I try to keep Discord as simple as possible? But here's the other piece of that. The other piece of that is that this is going to be my community. And although I'm doing this for you, I'm going to be the person creating the posts for the most part, right? It'll be, I would hope that wherever I land, I want the community to be engaging. I want you guys to create your own post. I want it to be an actual community feel, but it's going to be me like the shepherd, I guess, right? So it's going to be me to herd the community and to create posts and to create engagement and things like that. And it has to sit, again, it has to resonate with me I have to be happy with that, where I'm like, all right, let's go to Mighty Networks, or all right, let's go to Discord, or whatever, Kajabi, whatever it is, so that I can promote that engagement, so that I can foster that engagement. So it's not that I'm going to be doing all the work, right? That's not what community is. It's all of us. But it definitely, if it's my community, I have to make sure that I'm fostering it and I'm promoting the engagement and I'm supporting it. And I have to make sure that it sits well, that I'm happy with whatever the choice is. And then it's up to me as that content creator to show you enough value as to why you should use whatever platform I end up deciding to use. So those are my thoughts. We can see what your thoughts are. It seems, Gretchen, I love this. Gretchen, that was a Tom Buckism. I like that. Amen to all you are discussing. I absolutely. Paul, have you not? I don't believe that. Hi, Paul. How are you? Paul Burke. Paul Burke, when you're here, I have to differentiate between you and Paul Duncan, Mr. Moderator, because I'm sure that every time I say Paul, the both of your ears will perk up. I like that fancy schmancy stream beats overlay in the corner. Do you like that, my good friend? I downloaded it on the iPad. I have my iPad connected, so it's playing on my iPad. And then I brought the iPad in through NDI as a widget overlay and just cropped it in. So we have background music and you can see what's playing. Thanks. All right, so let's go into this really quick. You could call me PB. Like, can I call you PB and J? Because, PB, it's like, you just got to take the next step, PB and J. Let me know. If not, if I have to just call you PB, then I could just call you PB. All right, so check this out. And I did say we were going to go over part 2 of vidIQ. How long have I been streaming for? 42 minutes. We may not go over part 2 of vidIQ because this ended up taking a turn. And not in a bad way. But, so I was trying to get into Diana's group and I don't know how to. All right, hold on. We're going to do a screen share. And I just have to move my windows over here. And we're going to come over this way. Life has a way of taking turns. Hi, Kathleen. Why are you saying that? What is going on? How are you? Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do a screen share. So I'm just going to do my regular overlay here. And just make this a little bit bigger. Tighten this up really quick. All right. Okay, cool. Now you're seeing the entire screen. I don't have my glasses on. Don't judge me, you guys. All right. So let me go home. So this is the Mighty Networks platform through Tom Buck's and Heather Ramirez's platform, their channel. Because the stream just took a turn. It did, right? I was supposed to talk about vidIQ, part 2 of vidIQ. I mean, it's not going to be much different, but, we're just leading it, right? We're going path of least resistance, I guess, talking about that. So this is the homepage. So you can see on the left-hand side, you have your tabs. So you have your home, discovery, members, about, invites. Then you have your topics, events, groups, courses, and then they have their own videos. You can see who's online. So this is your main thread here. So you can see I guess a Facebook-esque. Now that I'm looking at it and trying to show you guys it is kind of a Facebook-esque style here with posts. So here you have showing your personal feed and then sorted by last activity. We can drop that down. Hold on. And then here, everything personal, your activity from your host or from you. You can see that there is a poll that's created over here. You can introduce yourselves, just a little bit of a checklist of things that they added, right? So I have introduced myself. I've adjusted. I have to download the apps. I have followed a topic. I think I followed a member. I'm going to leave that. Browse a group I've definitely done. And then browse a course I'm going to leave. Okay, cool. So we can minimize that. Very cool. That's actually new. So I do like that there. Now let's check out the topics on the left-hand side. So if you look, these are all the topics. So PB&J works. I'll just change my middle name to Burke and create a new last name to J to make it work. Maybe Jackson. I like that. So these are all the topics that Tom and Heather created for this particular community. You see that there is updates. You have your introduce tab, right? So if you think about this from a Discord perspective, if that's what you've been recently using, there is usually a thread, it's called. So instead of topics in Discord, they're called threads. And then there's all of these different aspects, right? So you can introduce yourself. There's your promo thread. So here they have introduce yourself. They have wins. If we go in and you can see here, I am following this, right? So you can give a description. And then what Heather and Tom do every week is that they go into the wins thread and then it's Wednesday. And so you can see here 3 days ago, right? It's Wednesday. Share your wins. Let's see what you've been working on. And you can see the people who have been active over here. You can share what's on your minds. You can share your wins here. And then you can support everybody else in the community, right? So under last week's wins, people just came in, there's replies, and there's just a handful of different things, right? Let's go back to our topics. You have feedback, branding your channel, gear, tech, and tools, monetizing your channel, right? So again, these were all different threads that were created. So you know, it's so funny. We're talking about this today because last week we talked about vidIQ versus tubebuddy. So this may be a theme for me now that I'm just like, I guess, talking about this out loud with you guys. I'm processing it with you. One of the things that I gave so much praise over vidIQ from tubebuddy was the aesthetics, about being able to look at it. It just looked aesthetically pleasing. And without watching any vidIQ videos, I was able to sign up, click on the dashboard, and understand, hey girl, hey, how are you? Cicely is here. Cicely says, I signed up on your stream last week and I love using vidIQ. That is super awesome, right? So going along that same theme that we were discussing yesterday, you know, you look at Discord and it's not aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion. Again, these are all my opinions. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Where here, and these are clearly all Tom Buck thumbnails, right? If we take a look at it, these are all, you know, we know what Tom's studio looks like. We know what Heather's studio looks like. But it's just these things. I mean, even small things like here on the side. So you have the different colors, right? You can go in. And then if we go into tech, gear, and tools, and you can just put different comments. So those are your topics. Again, very similar to Discord threads. If we go into events, you can see, so there is the People of Video event. That is the next event that Tom and Heather were planning. So that's on there. If we were to do past events, so you can see these were all past events. They also include live streams on here, right? And so you have the 100K live stream. And then there's also member stuff that's on here. Let's go back to events, or groups rather. So check this out. You have your share space, share your videos, uploads, progress, and check out what other JCM members are working on. Creators Corner, and then live streaming lounge. Connect with other live streamers and just create more. So if we click on that, usually I'll post in there. I haven't been active on this because I have been mostly active on Discord, but you can see. So check this out here. I even like the way this looks, this format. So with this format, oh, with the music a little bit more. So with this format here, this was the 100K celebration for Tom Buck, right? So you can see the information that the type of event that it was, the live video, and then you can put comments. Heather and Tom use this for their couples table to let us know when they're doing their streams. Let me see. So let's go back to the network itself. We're definitely in the Buckaverse. Absolutely, we are. Absolutely. Courses. Cool. 5 ways. So they have some courses here. And so from Zero to Hero YouTube, you can see there, that's like a mini, a master course there for $199. And then you have 5 ways to jumpstart your channel. So that might be a new feature. I don't know from when the last time I got it. I was on here. But that is actually really cool. Again, and this is something obviously I'm thinking about from my perspective as a content creator, because I do want to start my own community. But even for you guys to know what other options there are out there and understanding the nuances and seeing what works for you. Let me see. So if we go back to topics. So actually, let's just go home. You can live stream directly here if you wanted to. You can set up live streams. And thank you, Paul. Appreciate you. All right. Paul, Mr. Moderator, sent me a screenshot of the poll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the app. This is definitely prettier than Discord, but all my friends say Discord has a great personality. Yeah, I don't know. You know, and like I said, I'm not hating on it. It has to resonate with you, right? It's kind of like, and we can have this argument all day, Android versus iPhone. There are people who are die-hard Android fanatics. There are people who are die-hard iPhone fanatics, iOS, fanatics. It's OBS versus Ecamm, right? We can have that argument all day, every day. But when you're talking about those arguments and when you're thinking about that, the most important thing is what matters to you as the user and why that resonates with you. I'm just pulling up Mighty Networks on my phone so you guys can see what that looks like from the phone app there. Hate on it. Hate away. Don't encourage me. Don't encourage me. I'm still trying to see. I don't know why I don't want to sign out. How do I sign in? I'm trying to figure out how I can sign in on the desktop on my computer. I don't know why it's not like signed in here. View my profile. It's supposed to be. I'm not going to spend too much. Oh, look at my bike on the wall. Forgot I took that picture. All right, so let us switch a scene. Let's come over here. And so there's that cutie, my Tyler. So this is the app. So you can see I have both Diana's community here, which is the top 1 video simplified, and then the Tom and Heather community, just create more. And so someone said other, but forgot to post it in chat. Thanks. Well, who said other, guys? Is that tonight, Paul, that somebody said other? Because I think Todd Christmas Clatter had put other earlier. But anyway, so this is from the iPhone perspective of what this looks like from the app, right? And I can bring up Discord if we wanted to just, do a apples to apples comparison and look at it. Let me just come over here. We can do that next. Oh, that's me and Paul's chat, me and PBJ's chat, right? So this is the Discord app here. We scroll over. So this is what I was saying, right? All of these hashtags on the left are all of the threads, which in theory are topics. And then you click on the topic. So if I wanted to go to my Rodecaster Pro 2 topic, then these are all the conversations. And this is Discord, obviously, on that topic there. And then this is the app for Mighty Networks itself. So here is the Wednesday post, right? And so this is what this looks like from that perspective. What I want to do is I'm going to switch networks and show you Diana's network. Diana is super active on her community, and I absolutely love it. So here you can see some things, right? So you can see that she did a featured post here. New community only podcast is live now and available. You can see that this was a Zoom stream that she did from Zoom into this community. And this was a kind of, I guess, a mini masterclass for the community members, building a creative team, session 2. Here is a course that there are different lessons that I have access to, right? So this is all the work that Diana's put into hers, right? 2022 content creator conversation, striving to achieve your goals, part 1 and part 2. And check this out. So this is what a thread from her perspective and how she's put this together. So you can see that there is some videos here, and it's a training video. And then I can go in, and once I've taken it, I can write a comment and stuff. So let's go back home. Back to network. There you go. So these are the featured posts. And then here, let me close this. And then you can see this post that she did 7 hours ago, episode 18, the skill set of your virtual assistant or editor must have. So a handful of different information, right? So you can do videos, you can do live streams, you can have your regular posts, and it is for you to be super active. You can see the community here. You can add a chat. Here, I can create a quick post if I wanted to. So for me, and let's just stay on the main page. Oh, win of the week. So for me, when I'm thinking about this, K-Walk says, Discord, not a fan. I know it's the newest, latest, but I think it will fade. Think Clubhouse. I'm going to do both. Cicely says, helpful to see. I'm trying to figure out which membership community to use. Searchy, Mighty Networks, Kajabi. Right. So we're in the same place. And so obviously I can use Kajabi, but the feedback that I've honestly gotten from regarding not from Kajabi, but regarding Kajabi with their community is that it's not as user friendly. And it's not the best experience per se. There are other apps out there and other platforms that do the job a little bit better. And so that's why I can use it. I haven't even set it up. I've thought about setting it up. I just don't want to go through the work of setting it up, inviting people, and then it turning out to be that, you guys don't like it or we have to switch, because that's even worse in the long run, right? That's my hot take of the day. No, I get it. And K-Walk, I don't know if you were here. Well, you were here. You were just driving. So I was telling you to be safe. I've already expressed how I feel about it. It's important for me, for you guys, like I want to make your lives as easy as possible. So I guess my biggest challenge with this, or the biggest obstacle right now, my concern, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, one of those things. But my biggest issue with that is my music stopped playing. Let me see. Let's just do weekly favorites. My biggest issue with that is giving you guys another place to go to. But if you aren't already using Discord, which a lot of people aren't, then how big of a deal is it? And then the other piece of it is, of course, I value your opinion. Of course, I want your feedback, but it has to resonate with me, right? Because it has to make sense to me, because I want to be able to be okay with fully utilizing all of the features and stuff. Going through and just looking at this with you guys. Like I said, this is Diana's channel. I absolutely love her community and her network and the way she has it set up and stuff like that. And she's very active. She is very active on this. You can see, oh, that's so funny. On this one, this live group masterclass on getting started to building a team, that was on July 6th. I couldn't make it, but it's a live stream where you can interact, right? Because it is a Zoom session. So it is kind of, think about a live stream, but now everybody's dialing in, which is what Doc is similarly doing on his Discord. You can kind of do the same thing here, right? So even because I do like, and I know that Alec just started doing it with Take One Tech, where you can have member only access, backstage access, where if I'm teaching something, you can jump in and be a part, right, of the back end through the community there. And that's another reason why I'm like, all right, so do I do Discord or do I not do Discord? Because I do like that idea, especially with the stuff that I teach. It is so much easier for when I'm teaching certain things to be able to have you guys in the community to be able to ask me questions, and I can communicate and maybe share your screen or something like that, than the way we've done it in the live stream. And then, like I said, just to have that kind of backstage access and all of that good stuff. So I'm struggling. Clearly, I'm struggling. But I'll be honest with you, I am leaning towards Mighty Networks. Paul sent me some interim. Oh, look, there's another message. So right now it's 50% Discord and 33% Mighty Networks. So here's the thing for those of you guys, and you don't have to tell me why. Well, no, I do want to know why. I'm not going to hate on you. But why Discord? What is it about Discord that made you choose Discord? Because I think that that's important. I'm asking, right? I am asking. I do want to know. So it's like, okay, well, what about it? Like, what made you, let me see. What made you want to choose that, right? I don't know. So that's that. Cicely, did you decide on, so I moved around some stuff. So I have my T8s here. I have one T8 in the corner, which is the red hue. Then over here, I have a blue hue T8. And then that's the 15X up on top. I did get the app up and running. Let me see. Oh, this is a camera. So if I were to, Paul updated on my phone. Thank you, Paul. Oh, now it's even, you guys. You guys, now it's 43-43. It's even. Okay. Maybe because I showed you guys the simplicity of it. So we'll wait. So let me show you guys this really quick while I see the message from Mr. Moderator. Let me show you guys here. And let's do tall. And put this kind of in the middle this way. So I want you to know, if you have not yet, if you're an Ecamm user and you have not yet really fiddled with cropping overlays, I'm going to encourage you to please mess around with overlays. Please, please mess around with cropping your overlays, rather. I think that what I just did, I absolutely love being able to do. I love that option where we can just tighten it up And then the other thing that I did with Ecamm was that's for border width. So I put the border and then the corner radius. So, because apps in Mac are all rounded. So then what I do is I just I round the corner radius to kind of match the app to have it very natural looking. I absolutely love that. I think, again, the aesthetics. I didn't vote Discord. Discord is not my jam. Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Paul says to K-Walk, Discord has been around since about 2016. I think maybe earlier. It's def here to stay. In fact, I think Xbox just integrated with me, which means Microsoft loves it. Yeah, I don't think that it's going away. I definitely don't think that. And I know what K-Walk means. She's just saying, like, with the content creation community where everybody's immediately jumping on it without looking at other options. I know that it's not going anywhere, and I know Discord is huge with gamers and things like that. I get that. And it is growing, and maybe it'll change, right? However, I think that's my biggest concern, where I feel like people aren't doing, like with what Cicely said, right? Figuring out which membership community is the best to use and doing the research ahead of time. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to jump on something just because that's where the big communities are. That's where your big content creators are. Does this work for me and forward thinking? Because the other piece of it is, right, you guys are a part of the community, but then there's also new people that are coming to the channel that are finding me from videos and things like that. And they don't know about this stuff. And I'm thinking about the people that we don't know, because of course the objective is to grow the community as much as possible. And keeping it as simple as possible for them. We know about Discord because we're heavily entrenched in the community, right? We're a part of Doc's community. We're a part of Live Streaming Pros. So we who are here tonight know about Discord because Loria has her own server for Live Streaming Pros. Doc has had his server for Let's Get Live. Ecamm just jumped on it 2-3 months ago and created their own server. So that's why those of us that are here tonight know about Discord, because where we are heavily entrenched in the community. But think about those people who are coming to my channel, my particular channel, because they don't know anything about, Rode wireless mics or whatever it is. They may have heard of Discord. They may not have heard of Discord. If they have not heard of Discord, that's a whole nother can of worms that I don't want to have them turned off. And they may have heard of Discord and maybe not used it, right? So for me, that's the perspective I'm thinking about. Obs says, oh, India, I've been going round and round on this question too. Discord or Mighty Networks. I'm not a fan of Discord, but so many people are on it. I hear you, and that's the thing. But the most important thing I'm going to say to you, Obs, is that it got to resonate with you ultimately. And that's why, like, I did the poll and I asked you guys the question, but ultimately it got to sit right with me and I got to be comfortable with it, because if not, then how much use, right, will I make of it, honestly? So that's the stuff that I'm really kind of trying to sit with there. What was the other thing? And then let me see. Cicely says, I love the ability to crop my overlays, right? It's so cool. I love being able to just take out all of that extra, crop in the overlays and just get like what's on screen now. Like, even if I wanted to just come in and I didn't want you to see the top of that NanLink app and I just wanted you to see just this here, I gotta hide this. Let me move this because I didn't hide this. So let me close that. And so if I just wanted you guys just to see that there, right? Like, just being able to crop in for what I want you guys to really look at. I think that that's just so cool. And put that right there. Okay. Doc is going to test a new teaching method on Saturday using YouTube, but everyone is sharing their screen in Discord and following along. The topic is creating Canva thumbnails. Yeah, I heard that because I was, silently listening while I was working today. But you can, I'm pretty confident you can do the same thing in Mighty Networks. I do like that. Ecamm Discord only came to be a little bit over a month ago. Yeah, so Ecamm is still new to it, right? But that's what I'm saying, that a lot of people may be, they're hearing about it because now the people in the community or the big groups in the communities are using it. Paul says, PBJ says, I like using Carrier Pigeon. It's a cool service where we time messages to birds. Shut up. Why was I can't stand you. I was really into that message. I'm like, you better leave me alone. All right. So right now, and I guess, Mr. Moderator, you can end the poll if no one else, because I don't think I have any new viewers as of right now. And it seems to be a tie. So we'll see. I'm going to think about it some more and see where we land. But it may not be. It may be Mighty Networks, I'll be honest with you. It may be Mighty Networks. And so what I have on the screen over here, there you go, this way. I don't know how Stephanie Lou does that so well. I got to figure it out. I don't think I'll ever get that. But what I have on the screen, there you go, right over here, that's easy. Right there is the Nanlite app. So what I was saying was I have the T8 in red on that corner, the T8 in blue on that corner. By the way, PBJ, Paul Burke, will be on the stream next week for Tech Talk Tuesdays. He's going to be on the stream because we are going to be going over Lumia Stream and chatbots. Paul has linked his lights to Lumia Stream. I don't know enough about it. I've kind of messed with it very briefly. But what it is, and because I love when you guys engage with me, and this is why when I saw it with Paul's stream, I was like, oh my God, I got to figure this out, is that you can connect your lights and you can give commands, meaning you guys on the stream, in my community. When I'm streaming, you guys can put chat commands in the chat and control my lights. So there's like a police option that you can turn your lights off and on and it'll flash red and black for police. You can choose colors. And so Paul Burke will be on the stream next week, Tuesday, and he's going to be teaching me and you and us all about Lumia Stream because I do want to connect Lumia Stream with my community. And then I say that because my NAN lights, it's a whole nerdy setup, but my NAN lights, you'll be able to control the NAN lights. So that'll be really cool to see the effects in the background when you I know you guys are going to mess with me. I'm a little worried, like with K-Walk. I'm a little worried because I know K-Walk of all people is going to get a huge kick out of it. So I am a little worried, but I'm actually really excited because I think that that'll be a fun way for you guys to engage and interact. So Cicely says, I think you are right. It's also about ease of use for my audience who have never heard of Discord, right? Like that's huge, Cicely. That is huge because you don't want to alienate people. You want people to be there to share whatever it is that they're going to be there for. You want them to be able to engage and things like that. And so eliminating, right, our jobs as the creators, the content creators, the shepherds, is to eliminate any of those roadblocks or as much of those roadblocks as possible. So PBJ says, yeah, it'll be fun. So we don't get the vidIQ part 2. I mean, I can go into it very briefly. We're going to go into it because this is going to be quick. So any chance one of the options you're looking at doesn't have one of your must-have features? So there is a possibility, Kathleen. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to look into it because one of my must-have features is like what Doc is doing, what Alec is doing about the behind the scenes and having people, backstage access and things like that. So I do need to make sure if that can be done with Mighty Networks and how difficult that is. So thank you for bringing that up because that will be a deciding factor. And then I have to look at everything else. I think that's the only one right now that for me is up in the air. No. Yes. So I said no, and then I'm saying yes. Yes, disco night. That's exactly what it is, you guys. And so, the community, when I was on the stream supporting Paul, the very first time I was watching him, Cassie, Cassandra was on there. There was a few people from the live streaming pros community, and they were putting in these commands, and it was controlling his lights and stuff. It was the coolest thing ever. I'm sure for the content creator, it can be annoying, but then one of the things I immediately started researching, you can do like cool down periods. So you can force a break that somebody's not actively controlling. You can't be ignorant with it, for lack of better words. And OBS, it's not with an app. Literally, the way you're chatting, you type in a certain command. So it's an exclamation and a command. And if I link this the right way, and Paul will be here, PBJ will be here next week to tell us more, and we're going to do screen shares and stuff. But you type in a command. So like, for instance, you can type in exclamation police. And if I had my stuff linked and turned on right now, if you, Aubrey, type in exclamation police, the lights will start flashing red and blue like a police. You can type in green, and then my lights that are connected you can type in exclamation green, and the lights will all turn to green for like X amount of time. It is the coolest thing ever. And PBJ says it's super affordable too. Police flash is red and blue, and it's black when it's turned off. See? So we're going to mess around. Yeah. Yes, K-Walk, I know you're going to have a lot of fun with it because I just know you. I know you. We'll dive in next week. You can control her lights within the chat here. Okay, I must succumb to the temptation of being bad. That's okay. That's all right, because I will put a cool down period. No, not tonight. Right, Cicely? So next week, I've publicly committed PBJ, Paul Burke, but he did confirm with me a couple of hours ago. We've been talking for a few weeks already, and then today we nailed down the date and time and stuff. So he's going to be here next week, and we will make a your command. Oh my God, I'm super excited for that. So Cicely, make sure you come and you hang out with us next week, because I went down the rabbit hole already. So you can do that with the NAND lights, Cicely. So you do have to, it's an extra setup. You have to set it up with DMX. Like I said, you can get down the rabbit hole. So these lights on the staircase, these are Govee lights. Okay. You can control Lumia Stream with Govee, with Philips, with Wiz, with Paul, Mr. Moderator. You can control it with your Nano Leaf lights. We'll go over that stuff, but there is a large support with the Elgato key lights. You can control them, large support. You link your commands, we set up commands, and then for you guys and the community, you put those stream commands and it'll do certain things. So Paul, Mr. Moderator says, you're initiate power failure. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm looking forward to sparkle and flashing. All right. So that's going to be next week. So what I was saying was I ended up, I had two 15Cs. I ended up exchanging them. I got the 15Xs with one 15X, which is more expensive, but does more things. So the white baggage sign, the sign around up on the baggage sign is white. And then I have the two T8s in the corner. So you can see here, I have my T8s grouped here where it says basement corner. And then I have my Pavo Tube 15X. And so what I want to do is, let's say I just press the light bulb and I turn off. Now you can see the baggage sign turned off. If I turn that on, the same thing. If I turn on my group of lights, now my lights turned off. I'm having an issue with my blue one. I think I have to get it serviced, but that's my own thing. But you can see that they turned off. They turned back on. Let's turn the baggage sign on. And then if we want to, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the corners off. And we're going to click on, so right now I have it just on Cct mode, which is just your regular white light. You can see that it's dimmed at 50% and I have it at 10,000 Kelvin. I can bring this down all the way down to 2,700 Kelvin. That gives a nice yellow light, which that look can be pretty cool. Nice yellow light there. It goes all the way up. The 15X goes all the way up to 12,000 Kelvin, which is a super bluish. You can do like around, so that's more of a natural light, 5,000. I think I had settled on 10,000 Kelvin only because of the sign. I feel like I want it to pop out a little bit more. If I go into Cct mode here, those are the options. So CCT is like your white light, HSI is your colors, your RGB. So we click on that, and now you can see it's blue and it's at 50%. If I bring this up, that's at 100%. So they're super bright. And if we bring this down to 24%, right? So I think 50% with the white light is a good mix. But if I wanted to have, you can see how much of the corner that one light, and that's a 2-foot light, how much fill that has. And then if I just mess around, you can see. So if you wanted to have, I know Aubrey's favorite color is green. So there you have green there. My favorite color is red, but this is like such a deep, rich red. You have your blues, right? So we're going to keep this on at like 240. And you can also, if you know, you can go into this and type the values as well. So I like that blue. If we click again, we can go into pixel effect. And so with pixel effect, you can choose the different colors. You can see here, and you can't really, I would have to bring the tube more in view for you to see it a little bit better, but you can choose different colors. And there's under pixel effect, there's a handful of different things you can control. So I did multicolor. There's also like the rainbow. And what that does is that has, you can, if you watch closely, and this is what I will do. So you can see that it's kind of a rainbow flash across the screen there. There is a police car mode. So if I go into, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I got to go into effect mode. And then that's pulse. So that's a super slow, fast pulse. If I wanted to actually, no, don't do that. So if I wanted to slow down the pulse, actually I got to go, no, wait, here. So more like a breathe if I wanted it to slowly pulse in and out. And then you can choose, so if you wanted it to have breathe a color, and so now it's going to breathe the red color, you can dictate what color you want it to breathe. Or like I said, you can do that white under here. So here's the police car. So once we get it set up, there's the police car settings. So once I get it set up with Paul Burke and I get everything all good to go, if you type in the commands, that is what you'll see. And so you'll see the changes in the studio, and I can choose which lights. Paul is saying, don't look at the light. Yes, don't look at the light if you are suffer from epilepsy. Let me turn that off. But there's a handful of different things. Gretchen said disco. So here's the disco. So it just flashes through, and then you can see the settings over here. You can add colors or you can remove colors. So that's 9 colors. If I wanted to bring it down to, let's say, to cycle through 3 different colors, and then how fast I wanted it to go. So if I wanted it to go cycle through a little bit slower, I can choose. And that's the default is always at 50. And then again, your brightness. So for now, I'm going to go back to CCT mode, and then I'm going to go back, turn on my other lights. And the way I separated my other lights is I have red on one side and blue on the other side. And it's the same exact thing. You just click on the lights that you want to control. It's going to click on your fixture group there. Cinematic. I'm looking at the playlist. Period drama. Let's see what that sounds like. Well, that is absolutely dramatic. I don't know how I feel about that. Vlogs. Vacation and travel vlog. Challenge vlog. Let's do vacation and travel vlog. Okay. So you can see I have my multicolor here. And then the same thing if I wanted to bring this down. I can bring the hue down a little bit. Okay, they're both, I wanted to make sure they were both lowering. And then keep that up. And if I wanted to add another color, I can add another color. If I wanted to have like different options, you know, add, if I wanted to have like a flash or a pulse at the same time, you can add the effect. So here, so you can really customize. So now you can see I have 2 different colors and now they are pulsing, they're breathing in and out at 8 pulses per minute. If I wanted it to have just like 1 pulse a minute, then it's going to just do a slow breathe in and out, or you can just turn that off and leave it as is. So I'm thoroughly enjoying the app. I love the setup. I do want to add one more 15X to my collection. I am going to, and this is with the app itself, the Nan Link app. I'm going to take it a step further, and that's even nerdier. Thanks, Obs. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you. But take it even a step further and control it via DMX. That's going to be a handful of other conversations that we talk about. So, well, you guys are still hanging out with us. You're still hanging out with me. I've been streaming Pirate Broadcast. What is cracking? How are you doing? He says, I'm here lurking. I appreciate you. I guess I can go into, is this Chrome? This is Chrome. So let's do this, because this is actually, so let's come over here this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Studio. I'm thinking you needed those flashing lights on your 40th. That would have been a trip. Cicely, you missed it. Angie came on Sunday and gave her side of the story. I still disagreed with her that she intentionally got me drunk, but she was here giving her side. It was super funny. So, Paul Burke says, and India Delgado, you'll be very excited to know Lumia has a referral program. We're going to talk about that. We're going to work, because I didn't understand the referral program. So I signed up with, I think, one of my emails. I'm going to sign up with another email so you can get the referral access. I clicked on your link. I don't know if it worked, Paul. I don't know. Or maybe I should reach out to them and make sure it worked. But Paul says I have to drop out. All right, Mr. Moderator, have a good night. Let me know if you're okay. Text me. We're going to go over this really quick, because I did promise you guys that we were going to go over vidIQ from your YouTube studio. Last week, we went over vidIQ from the dashboard itself, right? So if I just log in really quick, this is what we went over last week with the dashboard here. And then, we went over all of these tabs. And you can control your stuff. This is more like, I would say the dashboard is more like research. But for your videos that you already have, the first thing I would say is you want to make sure that you have the Chrome extension. So over here, I have the Chrome extension. So you want to make sure you add that in. Once you add in the Chrome extension, you can see that shows up over here. And then it gives you different stats on the channel and things like that. And then on the left-hand side, you have, I would say it kind of mirrors, right, your dashboard over here, your daily ideas, your keywords, your competitors. Same exact thing, right? Daily ideas, keywords, competitors, trends, alerts. And if we click on that, it opens up another box, right? So it's just all within your studio, so you can have access and kind of go back and forth. Your keyword inspector. PBJ says, it works. I got the referral cash. They paid me $5,000 and said, way to go, bud. You did it. We got ourselves India. We've been trying for years. Well, I'm glad I got you that money. So silly. All right. So on the left-hand side, this all mimics the dashboard itself, and you can click on it and that'll give you the information. But let's say you want to click on one of your videos. You can either go into published videos and do like the SEO and bulk content, or you can go into content itself. So let's say we go into content itself. And then from within content itself, you can see you have your tools. So I still have the tubebuddy extension installed. So they're both going to show up. You can see I have my vidIQ here. If we click on that, you see you can do an export where you can download your videos, like download information about your videos. You can mass edit, which is what tubebuddy calls bulk. Here you have your mass edit. And I think I activated Siri. Okay, you guys are still hearing. All right, good. I wanted to make sure. And mass edit cards and end scenes. Let's say you want to go in. So I uploaded this short earlier today, connect your iPad Pro directly to your Rodecaster Pro. So let's click on that because I really didn't do too much there. So if we start looking, right, you can see you have your tubebuddy stuff over here, adding chapters. That's definitely a plus. You can add your thumbnail. One of the things that I do like that vidIQ does is this part over here, get AI title recommendations. So if I click on that, connect iPad to Rodecaster Pro and control with secondary USB port. That's the same exact thing. It just made certain words capital. Connect your iPad Pro to your Rodecaster Pro. I'm trying to see what the difference is. Clearly there's a difference. USB. Why can't I see? Oh, connect your iPad. And then this one is iPad Pro. Okay. Connect iPad Pro with the secondary. Okay. I'm going to leave my title now the same. I'm not going to mess around with that. This lets me choose. So if I wanted to choose a thumbnail, obviously I can do that, or I can upload a thumbnail. If you wanted to add this to a playlist, that's all regular standard stuff. But then if we come down here for your tags, these are tags that, you know, with your keyword research, you can see. So you have your overall score, your keyword volume, and then your competition. So we go down a little bit. If I click on boost this video. So here, keywords related to my research. If I wanted to add some things, you definitely want, so you can see over here, the yellows, you definitely want greens. You don't want oranges. Why I wouldn't put, you don't want oranges, although I do like oranges. Let's get out of here. So, and right now, I'm at max. I can get something with 8 characters, but I'm at 500 max characters. We can scroll here and see if there's anything else. So let me see if I can do something. I want to go into a video. I think I also did it with the video that I'm doing now. The live stream. All right, so this is the video that I'm currently in, that we are streaming. I don't know if I think I did stuff, possibly, maybe not. Okay, recommended keywords for your description based on your tag, vidIQ crack, vidIQ. So this is giving me some keywords if I want to put it in my description here. Okay. So here we have some stuff. I did add tags here. I want to go into a video that I didn't necessarily. What I do like also is that you can easily organize tags, because one of the things that you're supposed to do is that your first tag should be a keyword from your title, which I do have that here. vidIQ. I guess if I wanted to do how to use vidIQ, if I wanted to add that in and make that my first one. And what else? I'm trying to see. All right, well, no. This one I also did. I'm trying to see, maybe this one with the Rodecaster Pro. Maybe I didn't do anything here. All right, what's happening? Okay, so here I don't have a lot of tags. So here, this is a good one. So I streamed this a few weeks ago. You can see there's 146 characters out of 500. So what I want to do is obviously I want to add more. So let's go in and let's click on boost this video. And so now by boosting this video, you can see that it opened up a lot more tags. If I want to refresh the tags, it'll give me new tags. And so what I'm going to look at is obviously the tags with the highest scores for now. So I have this one here, Rodecaster 2. I'm going to add that up there. This one, Rodecaster Pro 2 with a 71 score. And I'm just going to add, keeping an eye out at the character count, because you want to bring as many tags as possible into your keyword search. So I'm just going to add, but of course they should be related. So trying right here, Rodecaster Pro 2 setup, add that in. Rodecaster Pro 2 features. Let's see. I guess, what else? Rodecaster Pro tutorial. Rodecaster Pro 2 features. So just add, right, these over here. No, I just removed that. Oh no, we're good. So I added a few more. And now I'm going to hit refresh tags again, just to see if it gives me anything different over here. There's this show more, 307 more. So we were talking about that last week. Also here. So I got to find out more. Check this out. Look at how over here, there's this little orange dot. And there's not, I don't see that on a lot of the other ones. So there's on that one there, unboxing. And then here, Rodecaster 2 Pro. And then that little gray box, it says overall keyword volume 39.6. Vid IQ competition score 3.8. Your weight class 0. Near competition for this tag. So I got to find out more about that small dot, because it's this, and it says your weight class 0. So that is definitely, maybe if we go into, I don't know if it'll be under vidIQ Academy. So there's not a search feature. All right. vidIQ orange dot. Weight class. See what comes up. The weight class is about the relationship between your channel size and the keywords in your weight class based on their competition score. It's something we compare to the amount of competition on a tag to show your channel's percentile on YouTube, so you can have an idea about your channel's rank in overall YouTube population. But the actual utility of it's showing the tags that can help your channel the most based on the competition score. If your weight class is higher than the competition, videos on your channel are more likely to show up in search results for that tag. If it's lower than the competition, videos are less likely to show up in the results, in search results for that tag. Here are what the colors mean. Green means your weight class is above the competition. Yellow means your weight class is within the competition. Red means your weight class is below the competition. So I guess what I thought was orange is yellow. If we go back, it was under my YouTube studio. Is that supposed to be yellow? That looks like an orange to me. It's definitely not red, and it's definitely not green. So I guess I'll take it. So, oh, look. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So if I highlight, right, like this one down here, your weight class 0 below competition for this tag. Okay. So if we go back, near competition. Okay, so now I understand it. All right, so you want green or orange dots or better. I understand. Interesting. How about here? So once I have it up here, that's interesting that it doesn't give you that breakdown up here on the top. All right, so we're definitely going to do some more research with that. Okay. Let's see. What else? And I mean, that's pretty much what I would use it for now here, right? With my tags. This is a live stream, so I'm not going to put in an end card or anything like that on there. You can. Let me see. So over here, you have your tag count, 2 of 5, tag volume. And so this is what it's telling you, like the way they do their SEO perform. So let me save. So right now, I'm at a 0 of 50, right? I had a 2 of 5 tag count, 4 of 5 tag volume, 5 keywords, 5 of 5 keywords. So if this saves, because I just added a bunch more tags. Can I refresh? I don't know if that does anything. And if we come down a little bit, so the performance, okay, and I didn't pay attention to the actual SEO score, vidIQ SEO score, so I'm at 46. So the performance is 0 out of 50, and that's because it's not really ranking. That makes sense. So if I go to a video, so if I go to one of my pre-recorded videos, and let's click on this here, because this has been a fairly active video on my channel. And if we go back down here, now check this out. So this does have, right, 74.2 out of 100. So now my performance here is 26.1 out of 50. And so 0.2 high volume ranked tags out of 5. So over here, and I guess I can add more tags because my tag count is 4 out of 5, my tag volume. So it looks like the volume is fine, but I guess it's saying to add more tags. What else? But you can see here, and that makes sense, right? Because I know that this is one of my better performing videos. It's one of the last real videos that I have created on here. Videos to gain views from, search by keyword. Oh, I can't matches. Can I unlock? So I can't. All right. So I got to figure out that section down here. And now these are tags that I've already put in. So you can see now there's a handful of different colors and numbers. So there's, on this one, if we look at this very first tag, there's 9, 62.6, and then number 14. So let's click on. So I gotta figure out, vidIQ just makes me happy. vidIQ makes me happy too. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. All right, so I gotta figure out what these green numbers are. Okay, where this video ranks in YouTube search results. Okay, cool. So what's the blue? Because I thought that that's what the number was. Because that's why it's, can I click on anywhere outside of here? Okay. So I'm trying to see, okay, here. No. Okay, so I have some more research that I need to do because I need to understand the difference between the green number and then that dark blue with the hashtag with the number. I was under the impression that and so actually check this out. This has 2. This has a number 14 and a number 15. So this 9 moved to the very top. Okay, so that's working. So so this is saying that this particular hashtag or this particular keyword, connect Rode Wireless Go to iPhone, is ranking 9th. in YouTube search results. That's what that number is here. But then this with the hashtag where it's number 14, number 15, I have no idea what that is. All right, so how would I Google that? I don't even know. Let me see. So vidIQ hashtag dark blue. Let's see. This is not blue. No, well, no. Just trying to see if I see something really quick. No, how to make dark blue paint at home. That's not what I want. So I may have to follow up on that and see what that is, because that nothing came up under there. So I have to maybe do a better Google search. Yeah, I'm going to follow up on that with you guys and see what the difference is. Because like I said, this particular one has a number 14 and a 15, and then, okay. All right, so I did want to go in because I wanted to show you, once you have videos that are starting to perform or you want to keep track, it's okay. So this one is performing fairly okay, right? 74.5 overall, so almost at 75 out of 100. That's pretty good. Actionable 48.1 out of 50, so that's good as well. And then obviously the objective as a creator is, you know, to really have your video rank in the top on high volume ranked keywords. And if we go back, if I click on boost this video, what does that do? Yeah, that doesn't really, because it just, and I can't add really. I can add maybe one more tag because I have 20 characters left. Rode Wireless Go to, that's in there. And so the checks mean that the tag is there in my group, and then the plus means that I can add it. So I would, you know, if I wanted to add something, I would have to look for something with a plus with around 20 characters. And then I thought, so if I come down, oh, sorry, back to the description, I can actually, I don't have in my description, that's so funny. So in this description, I don't have any of my links or anything like that. I do have a note. So you can see here, there is a note. I called it YouTube description links. And every time I post a video, I just go into here, copy that. We can minimize that. And then bring that down into my description, paste that. Okay. So now that pasted my description there. I'm going to save those changes. And then I don't have any hashtags on in the actual description. So I'm going to come in and yep. And you can see it starts to vidIQ. This is another vidIQ feature. So I'm in the description, and down here, as I typed in hashtag, it already gave me some suggestions. So Rode Wireless Go 2. And then it gives you some details, right? So how many videos and how many channels use that particular hashtag. So like the second one has 448 videos, 178 channels, so on and so forth. So if I were to use just the first one, if I type in iPhone, nope. So I'll just do Rode Wireless Go 2. And then I'm going to save that. And if you guys didn't know, if you put hashtags in your description, so the hashtags are different from your keywords. If you put hashtags in the actual description, what that does is that if we go over to YouTube, my internet is being slow. Let's wait for this to load.
So you have the Rode Wireless Go.
And so what that did was right over here, right above the title, now it adds hashtags. So you can add, they say that you can add about 5, but YouTube will limit these that are showing up here. It'll be 3. So what you want to do is you can put multiple hashtags in your description. The first 3 hashtags that you put should be the most important ones, and those should be the ones that you absolutely want to show up on your on top on that very first page in theory. And then the other thing, all right, so if we go back to the studio, oh, I did a horrible job. I didn't even give a description of what this video is about here. Neither. So if I were to do just a quick description, because then the other thing that you can do is that you can tag, right? So Rode, cool. Wireless Go 2s to your iPhone. And I'll come back and I'll fix this. I think it's a SE7. Oh, it is an SE6 adapter. So I'll come back. But then that's the other thing I also try to do is learn how to connect your, thank you, Grammarly. You can at other creators or other channels. You can do it in your description. You can also do it. So if I come over here, you can also do it in your channel. So now how to connect Rode, right? And we're going to save that. And so that, I don't know if that will show up, but I try to do that as well.
So you have the Rode Wire.
I don't know what's happening with my internet here. There you go. And you can see it does show up. So you can see over here, now they're tagged in my title, and they are also tagged in the description as well. So let me come back over here. Hey, oh, that's the one. All right, man. So we went over a lot of stuff today. It was unexpected, but I think it was a good, much needed conversation to have had about the communities, and it was great hearing your feedback and your conversations and things like that. Thank you so much, PBJ. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. And like I said, just engaging and giving your feedback, because it is important to really have an open and active conversation as a community. You're not alone with the thoughts on Discord. Those are just, my opinions. I am going to take Kathleen's advice and make sure that with what my objectives are, with what I'm looking to do with a community, really lay that out. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for so much. I appreciate you, Cicely. You guys are the best. I'm absolutely going to, think about what my objectives, really put it down on a piece of paper and organize what my true objectives are and what the goal is within the community, how I really want to support the community and foster the community, and then how I want that to look. How will I organize it? And, we already know that ease of use and simplicity and a very functional, simple user interface is important. So that's kind of, you don't even need to say it, right? I will absolutely let you guys know. I'm not going to rush into it. It's not going to be, I've already been waiting a handful of months this year, so it's definitely time. So I'm not going to wait months and months, but I'm also not going to rush into it, because the most important thing is to make sure that whatever decision I go with, it's not going to be, hey, we need to migrate to this other community in, 2 or 3 months or whatever the case may be. So it needs to make sense, because I want it to stick for the community as a whole. And so that is all she wrote. We will be back on Sunday for Ladies Night. And then next week's Tech Talk Tuesdays will be with India and PBJ, Paul Burke, because we're going to be talking about Lumia Stream. Let me see. I don't even know, but we are going to be talking about Lumia Stream. We're going to be talking about chatbots. We're going to be talking about all of those cool things and how to set it up and to understand it, because it is definitely, there is a lot of things that need to be put into place. But once we get it up and running, we're going to have fun. I'm very excited for that as a community. All right, you guys. Using my Rodecaster Pro to connect the music. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I'll see you on the weekend. And if I don't see you on the weekend, I will see you next week. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Buenos nachos. Good night. Nos vemos. Peace out, y'all.